Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Fallout 3, You Only Live Once. Last time we actually managed to complete the Waters of Life, which worried me a little bit, but we took some damage there. So we took a couple of pretty light hits, so it wasn't too bad, all things considered. But with that, we have made it to the Citadel, which is magnificently good news. Always good to be at the Citadel indeed. So that unlocks a lot of interesting stuff straight away for us. First things first, speak to Elder Lyons in the Citadel and you can ask him about power armor training.
Why, yes. Yes, indeed, there is someone. Our intrepid paladin Gunny trains all initiates in the use of power armor. When they're ready. Under the circumstances, I will allow Gunny to train you as well.
Alright, lovely, nice and easy. Now, I think this is a kind of a very useful thing to do, which is, while you know where Elder Lyons is, get the things you need Elder Lyons' permission for out of the way, because sometimes tracking him down can be a bloody pain. So, power armor training is the first. The second is the shop, and you've got to do this, I think there's no way to do this other than the particular order I'm doing it in, which is, go to the shop, try and speak to the shop, they'll tell you no, you can't use the shop, and then you've got to go and ask Lyons for permission. But you can't just ask him for permission straight up. So, yep, there we are. Can't trade with outsiders. So now, straight back up to Elder Lyons. There he is. Now, hello, Elder Lyons.
Hail to you, daughter of James.
That's very fancy of you. And I'd like permission to trade too, please.
This is not normally something that we do.
But you're going to do it anyway, aren't you?
However, considering the circumstance...
There you go. Hello, you.
I received word from Elder Lyons.
By received word, she means she just overheard the conversation that happened in the next room. The one like the Brotherhood Quartermaster in New Vegas, her inventory's pretty damn poor, to be honest. Like, you know what, maybe the odd little thing that some people might like a low-quality minigun to repair yours if you're using one, a power fist in reasonable condition, an extra pulse grenade, a ripper possibly if you just happen to have not stumbled across one. Some stuff, but honestly, it's disappointing. She does, however, have some Electron Charge Pack ammo because, like most Brotherhood stores, they've got energy weapon stuff, so I can at least get another full clip and a little bit extra for Vengeance too, which is nice. She can repair too, but her repair skill's really poor, so it's not worth even looking at. And here's Paladin Gunny standing outside in the courtyard. Hello, power armor training, please.
Hail. Yeah, I can train you, but don't ask me to like it. My initiates sweat blood, and you just get a free pass? Now look. To wear power armor, first thing you need to do is relax your muscles. Let the suit do the work, okay?
You say this, but I think if I would just like to shove a fusion core in the back and then just turn a little wheel, I'd be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, if you actually need a nice suit of power armor, having got the training, there is one just sitting out here in this lab at the top of the laboratory, which is, yeah, completely up for grabs. Power armor doesn't say, you know, what sort or anything, it just says power armor. And the thing about power armor in this game is, it's not really that great. You can see that the damage resistance in that condition is 18. Sure, I can definitely get that up a little bit yet, but the basic combat armor I'm wearing is already at 28. So it's going to take a fair bit of repairing just to basically match my combat armor. Plus, it's heavy armor, it weighs a lot more, so which hurts my kind of stealth. And even though obviously it gives you strength +2 to compensate for the fact it's so heavy and therefore it kind of compensates for the extra weight you need to carry around for it, agility -2 is not a good thing. Reduction in action points, reduction in sneak skill, that's just stuff I don't really want. So for the moment, I'm just going to leave this back where it was, and ooh, it fell back on the desk. Well, that's bloody convenient anyway. Yes, maybe we'll look at some power armor later, but not this power armor. This power armor is not very good. Now, there's one other thing that I want to discuss and kind of actually go into and actually spend just a little bit of time on because I think it's really cool and really interesting that's in the Citadel. There's one small problem, which is you might consider it a small spoiler for Fallout 4's kind of early to mid game. If you've been watching my Fallout 4 playthrough, and by the time this video goes out, the thing I'm about to discuss will have already been in my video, so it will not be a spoiler. If, however, you haven't been watching my Fallout 4 videos and you don't want Fallout 4 spoiled because you haven't had a chance to play it for yourself yet, I will put an annotation on screen right now for you to click to skip forward past the section that you may or may not consider spoilers, and also there'll be the same timestamp down in the description. Okay, just give you a couple of seconds. Everyone gone? Alright, they're gone. Good, lovely. Now, let's discuss the lovely little young Maxon who lives in the Citadel. And by that, I mean this little guy, Squire Maxon. Let's have a chat with him, because this guy is going to be the Elder in Fallout 4. It's not made abundantly clear, like it's made pretty clear if you like really dig into the dialogue options in Fallout 4, but it's not made overtly clear. So like a couple of people I know actually didn't realise this until recently. They only kind of realised it on the replay through, that Squire Maxon down here, this little kid, is going to be the Elder Maxon of Fallout 4. So let's have a chat with him. No, don't.
Hail.
I think he just... Wow, he just took a bottle of whiskey. Give up the drink habit, kid. Alright, seriously, you've got a bright future ahead of you if you can give up the whiskey.
Hail to you, stranger. I am Squire Maxon, loyal servant of steel. It is an honor to make your acquaintance.
Oh, good for you, kid.
I plead for your pardon if my behavior offends, ma'am. We don't get many visitors in the Citadel. The brothers and elder lions are excellent teachers, but I get nervous about the protocols. The Codex says that outsiders are not to be trusted. Shield yourself from those not bound to you by steel, for they are the blind. Aid them when you can, but lose not sight of yourself, it says.
Indeed, so as you can sort of see here, Bethesda was setting up Fallout 4 potentially as early as in Fallout 3, where unlike Lions, who's much more open to the outside world, has a much softer interpretation of the Brotherhood Codex, Squire Maxon's quite for reciting the passages about not trusting people who aren't bound to you by steel, being fundamentally distrustful of the outside world. And indeed, I think we kind of see that in how he kind of treats some of his problems, i.e. let's blow them up with a big airship, in Fallout 4.
It's not simply the outsiders that we are wary of. Anybody who has not taken the oath of fraternity is suspicious to us. The Codex says, fear those who do not pledge to the Brotherhood, for though their eyes may be open through service, they are now blind. But it also tells us, give way your suspicions to the wisdom of thine elder. I am descended from the great Roger Maxon, founder of our order. I am the last of his line. They say my soul was forged from eternal steel, but I don't believe that. I'm really just a normal boy. I was sent to the Citadel many years ago to be fostered by Elder Lions, but that was before the Western Elders lost faith in the Elder. I really don't know if I'll ever get home, but, well, I kind of like it here. Sentinel Lions has been very kind to me. She's taught me so much.
And indeed, we know, of course, that Squire Maxon, well, may kind of briefly make it home to the west, but for the most part, he will stay east and will turn the Brotherhood of Fallout 3 into the great fighting force that we see in Fallout 4 over the coming kind of years. I mean, it's also worth noting that this kid here has no function in the story of Fallout 3. He doesn't actually, like, do anything. He's involved in no quest, no sub-quest, no unmarked quest, no anything whatsoever. He's just there, which I think might have makes it very cool, because like it's pretty much therefore, as far as I can tell, there's no option but to conclude, you know what, Bethesda put him into this game exclusively and purely because they knew that they wanted him to be in Fallout 4, which is very, very cool. I wasn't stealing anything. I'm just gonna go. It's also worth noting he's got a terminal in his room, and you discover in here that actually he's one of his little hobbies is he enjoys writing. He both writes a little poem and also a story that appears to be for children from the names of all the characters. Mr. Wallingsworth. Molly asks, mother will be home shortly. I've yet to clean my room. Heavens my, heavens me. Indeed, a very curiously British story for a young American member of the Brotherhood of Steel. But yes, he writes this quite long story on his terminal, which is quite cute. And welcome back to those people who decided to skip the vaguely Fallout 4-ish related spoilers. So, other than the bits we've already been over, there's also kind of a good opportunity just to kind of do some looting around the Citadel. There's like some good stuff to be had around here. In particular, if we go into the bedrooms of the Lion's Pride, then at the far end under the bed there is a copy of Guns and Bullets. Bear in mind that just about everything in the Citadel is now marked in green and not red, so none of this is stealing. You can pretty much help yourself to everything. The game gets around that slightly by, say, the medical lab. Everything's actually locked away in a safe that's very hard locked, and or you can use a computer terminal that's also very hard locked. So it's hardly easy to make your way into anything. But yeah, once you go into the bedrooms, for example, then pretty much everything is up for grabs. The storerooms, everything's up for grabs. You can do a lot of good looting here. Worth noting, by the way, that Scribe Jameson here can hand over some pretty decent rewards for Brotherhood of Steel holotags. I think it's, yeah, 100 caps and 25 XP per holotag handed over. So, you know, you just run across a fair few Brotherhood corpses while you're just out and about. So worth turning those in as well. The real mother of loot, by the way, is obviously within the quartermaster area itself, though you do need very hard to get in there. Though interestingly, again, not marked in red. Once you've got very hard, you don't even need to like hide yourself. You can't just break in there. And once you're broken in there, I believe most of the stuff, or at least a fair bit of the stuff on the shelves behind her is, well, one, she'll never turn around and see you because she always just faces forward to serve people, and two, I think actually a fair bit of it you can just take and it doesn't even count as stealing, which is very, very convenient. Though, even if you can't get in, there is a pretty good quality plasma rifle just chilling out here on the side that they were presumably studying in order to, you know, better fight the Enclave, but I need it instead. Now, the chap that we need is right here, Scribe Rothschild. Let's speak to you to keep things moving on.
May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss?
Oh, that was last week. I'm already over it. Get to the point. So, I'm looking for a Gek. How on earth do I find one of them?
Are you quite sure? I suspect that would be a waste of time. Regardless, the Brotherhood is not in possession of such a device. There is, however, a way in which we may be able to ascertain the location of one.
Okay, how do we do that then?
I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault Tech. It may have the information you need.
Beautiful.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
Right, seems good to me. I'm not sure if you actually have to speak to him first, by the way, if you can just go and do this in the A-Ring before speaking to him. I'm honestly not sure. I have a feeling I've seen a speedrun where someone did just skip it, so I think you can just run up to that computer without speaking to him and just look up the information anyway. And indeed, here are all the vaults. So let's skip straight to the one that we know we do actually want, Vault 87. And there we are, non-standard equipment. There were 4 stasis chambers, a plasma containment field, and 1 Gek, as well as 6 food processing stations, which was apparently not standard, so I'm not sure how anyone else used to eat at any of the vaults, eh? Back to Rothschild with that information. And indeed, I've got to find Vault 87.
Ah, well, that much I believe I can help with. Step over here for a moment. I'll show you where it is.
Much more useful this time, and indeed, he will take us to a map on the other side of the room over there.
This map shows the locations of all known vaults in the local area. Vault 87 has been highlighted for you. There. Entrance to Vault 87 will be particularly difficult for you, I'm afraid.
And indeed, it is massively irradiated.
Vault 87 is located very close to the site of Lamplight Caverns. It is entirely probable that the vault may be entered from within the caves.
And indeed, that is why I've already been to Lamplight Caverns, of course, because that's my next big destination. And of course, the nice thing about this little map is, though it obviously shows me the location of Vault 87, it also shows the location of a whole bunch of other vaults too. All of those are also kind of marked on your map now. And you will, of course, know that Vault 108 we already had on our map, but Vault 92 has now appeared. So we've just gained all these vaults on our map, which is very, very convenient, along with Vault 87 there, and Vault 106 there. And with that, we're pretty much actually done with the Brotherhood of Steel, the Citadel at least, already. There's not a huge amount that actually needs to be done here, to be perfectly honest. So, yep, we've got what we needed. Now let's head back to Little Lamplight. And there's both the quest marker and the fast travel location I already picked up, together with a whole bunch of others, like the Everglow National Campground, because I got completely bloody lost in a previous episode. Lamplight Caverns is a pretty safe location to fast travel to, by the way. Some locations, actually most locations in this game are pretty safe to fast travel to. This is a particularly kind of safe little environment to travel to. I've never run into any trouble outside here. So, let's go inside and see what we can do here. First thing we're going to need is to talk our way into the town, because indeed it is barricaded in a way that we cannot get in. So, we're going to need to find our way through that barricade. Now, I think I've got a pretty good chance of just getting in anyway. If you've taken the Child at Heart perk, that guarantees entry. There's a special speech check for that there. However, I might be able to do it regardless. With the Charisma I started with, the Charisma Bobblehead, I think I've taken a rank of training to get Charisma up further, and Charisma being boosted by 3 Dogs Head Wrap. I'm a Charisma 8, together with speech of, 71. Boosted from 40 up to 70 by impartial mediation, and a further 1 by the +1 luck from 3 Dogs Head Wrap again. So, Charisma 8, Speech 71, I might well be able to just talk my way in anyway.
Hold it right there, lady. Don't take another step or we'll blow your fucking head off.
What an impolite young man he is. I'm a friend. Well, I'm not really a friend. I just basically just want to pass through, to be honest.
You're big, and I don't have any big friends. You better just go out the way you came in.
Gotta like Mayor McCready. He's very good. He's a very memorable character. Now, I just need to get through to Vault 87, please.
You don't want to go there. That's where the monsters are.
I know I don't want to go there. I kind of have to anyway. Ooh. Okay, we've pretty much got a coin toss here. Speech 58%. I'm a nice gal, really. May I please come in? Yep, let's see what we can do here.
Well,
nice.
Okay, but you better not be lying, or else we'll shoot you.
Alright, fine. My backup plan, by the way, if I failed that speech check, was basically he'll let you in. He'll agree to let you in if you get some children that were captured by the Slavers of Paradise Falls released. And that's pretty easy to do if you've got the money, because you can just go and buy their freedom. I think it's actually pretty expensive. It's like 1,000 caps or something. But, you know, I've got 1,000 caps spare, so that wouldn't be too difficult to do.
Happy birthday, Sticky. Sorry I missed your party.
Yeah, me too. Sorry.
There's nothing happy about it. This is the worst day of my life.
It's time to go.
You know the rules.
The rules are stupid.
You're a Mungo now. You gotta leave.
Maybe I can stay just a little longer?
Bye, Sticky.
Yeah. Bye, Sticky.
Guess
Don't
what?
just stand there. Get out of here
pal?
already.
Happier than a ghoul wallowing in sludge.
And poor Sticky has become an adult, which means he gets kicked out of town as it's his birthday and has to go to Big Town. And you can take him there if you want, if you really like being annoyed, but I wouldn't recommend it because it is indeed incredibly annoying. Now, Mayor McCready, I've got to have a quick word with you.
Okay, so you get in, but I got my eye on you. You don't make any trouble in here, got it? I ain't having no shit butts making trouble.
And I'm not planning to start any trouble.
Good. Better stay that way, Mungo.
So, let's ask a little bit more about Vault 87. So he'll tell you, of course, there's monsters in the way, and then if you ask him, is that the only way?
It's the only way that works, yeah. The other door hasn't worked since before I was here. Computer's busted, and not even Joseph can make it work.
Indeed. Now, where could I find this Joseph character?
I'm the mayor, not a babysitter, Mungo. Beats me. Maybe he's back there by the door. Fuck if I know.
So I don't want to use Murder Pass, which is appropriately named to access Vault 87. That is actually a bit of a nasty area to try and pass, especially under this rule set, though just in general, it's not a fun area to get through. Especially as now I'm level 13, there's a possibility of an Overlord spawn, so instead I will be finding Joseph and going the other route. Though not before robbing their medical facilities first. Oh, loads of electron charge packs and a further stealth boy, that's perfect. And I think that's a random drop. I wasn't aware of that one if it wasn't, so that's useful. Ah, and some sexy sleepwear. I'll pick that up now because it is indeed useful to have some sexy sleepwear to hand. Now, conveniently, because I've spoken to Mayor McCready, the chap I'm looking for, Joseph, will actually show up on my map as a quest marker.
Well, now, here's something new. What's a grown-up like you doing in Little Lamplight? Don't tell me McCready's going soft on us.
Don't worry, he let me in. It's all absolutely fine.
I'm Joseph, and around here, I might as well be the old wise man. Try not to interrupt my classes, and I think we'll get along just fine. As the oldest kid in town, I spent most of my time teaching, but I do what I can to keep the kids clean and fresh-faced. If you're looking for a haircut, feel free to ask. I'll do what I can.
Computer expert and barber, a very multi-talented person, given we know canonically he must be under 16. Now, a door that doesn't work.
Nuh-uh. Door works fine. Computer's broke. Well, maybe not broke, but it sure don't work right. I turned it off because it was just wasting power.
And I don't suppose that you have the password by any chance, do you?
Nope. Nobody ever wrote it down. And then one day somebody forgot. You know how it goes.
That's alright, I'm sure I can figure that out.
Sure, if you want. Come on, it's over here.
So, now he'll head off and I can just follow after him. This whole area is completely safe, by the way. The dogs can go hostile if you, like, aggro them, but you've basically got no reason to do so. The water is radioactive, so just stay out of the water, but other than that, everything here is completely, totally safe, as long, of course, as you stay out of Murder Pass. And round the back here, we have this big old cave. Together with, oh, Joseph, yep, that's good. Joseph hasn't got himself stuck. Together with what is, well, interestingly, a back entrance to the vault, which strikes me as a bit of a strange thing, but
Care
alright.
to talk?
Alright, thank you very much, Joseph. And as you can see, this computer terminal here controls this door, which requires a key. There is no key, it's just the terminal. And the terminal itself is only average locked, which always struck me as a bit generous for this far into the game, for a way to bypass murder pass. I really feel like that should be hard or very hard, but alright, fine. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. There we are, nice and easy, because almost all of them ended in ing, and I picked the first one that looked in ing, and it only had kind of one match to it. So, lock disengaged. Beautiful. That is now done, and that is the path to Vault 87 open. Though it would be remiss of me to leave Lamplight Caverns without pointing out the one thing I love about this area is, you know what, this isn't just a town where everyone's a child and when you get to 16 you get kicked out. The game does actually have a reason, canonically, for that to be the case, which is actually kind of, it's never told to you. You have to figure it out by listening to the audio logs. But basically, yes, when the initial catastrophe happened, of course, some people went into the vault, and the first children generations ago just happened to be kind of here on a school trip. One man in the vault went a bit mad because he got into the vault but his children hadn't, and he just went down here to the very bottom of the vault just to kind of, you know, try and get some peace and quiet. Children, meanwhile, found the bottom of the vault and started banging on the doors, begging to be let in because they were all alone, and the man thought that they were just the voices of his own children in his head and told them to shut up because they were dead. And the children, of course, hated that so much they decided they never trusted adults again, and that got passed down, and that's why this is a society of children, because the very first children tried to get into this here vault but weren't allowed, but were told to go away because they were dead. And yeah, that all got forgotten. Everyone kind of forgot why Mungos weren't trusted, but that was the origin. And I love that is the origin. It's wonderful that this society that doesn't seem to initially make much sense just has this wonderful origin story to it that no one even remembers because it's just been lost to time. But you can figure it out, and it's wonderful. It's one of the best little bits of kind of writing in Fallout 3, to my opinion. Anyway, let's go into the utterly terrifying Vault 87. And a nice big pile of 800 experience, together with picking up the trail being completed for just getting in here. So yeah, we're burning through the quest pretty quickly. Waters of Life and picking up the trail all being kind of burnt through very quickly. And finding the Garden of Eden will be over in no bloody time as well. We are getting through all of this very fast indeed. Now, is there anything good over here? So here's the situation as the first little bit of red shows up on the compass here. Obviously, I have a vault here. This vault is full of nothing but super mutants. However, I have one very major advantage. 7 stealth boys remaining at this time. If I can just get through this vault, then, well, I've got this vault, I've got Raven Rock, and I've got Take It Back, and then that's the end of the main game. At that point, I'm probably going to move straight onto Operation Anchorage, where obviously I can't take any outside equipment out from the outside game into Operation Anchorage. I've just got to use what I find out there. And then once Operation Anchorage is complete, obviously, I've got the Chinese stealth armor. Stealth boys become basically a permanent thing. And that's going to be pretty much a prerequisite to do, for example, Mothership Zeta and probably Broken Steel as well. So obviously that's kind of vaguely the order I'm thinking of. So that means pretty much, if I can just make it to the end of the base game with 7 stealth boys at this point, I will be doing pretty well. Which is pretty much broadly my plan. I'm just basically going to abuse stealth boys and just try and get through this area as quickly as possible. Maybe burning through... If I have to burn through 5 stealth boys in a row, I think that's actually not a bad deal at all. So, let's kick this off, shall we? So I've just re-hotkeyed my weapons there just to make sure everything's where I want it to be. Let's start off Stealth Boy number 1 and Lincoln's Repeater. Let's start making our way through the vault here. Everything should be absolutely fine. Just got to be a little bit careful. We've definitely got enemies around here somewhere, and arguably I don't know this area as well as I would like to. Kind of later in the game, but I'm going to keep my Pip-Boy light off. Just keep everything nice and calm. No red on the map yet, and even if you see red on the map, as is traditional for vaults, that doesn't necessarily mean you're actually, you know, close by to it or anything. That is one of the ways in. I don't need to worry about that. I'm pretty sure that leads back to Murder Pass. And we are okay for now. Ooh. Rad roaches. Don't need to worry about them. Just head straight past. And we'll have our first... Aha! Our first Super Mutant conversation going on up ahead. But I just need to let them wander off. They won't actually cause me any trouble. In a second, they'll separate. Come on, hurry up. So I'm actually having to kill the flipping rad roaches before they flipping come in here and cause trouble for me. Right, first stealth boy just wore off before I actually achieved anything there. Thanks to those bloody people never shutting up. And here we go. Stealth boy number 2 active. One brute starts heading vaguely downstairs. One brute there. Oh, that's not enough to kill him though. Oh, flip. Come on, where are you? You're not just going to stand there, are you? No, you're not. You're just going to head back up this way. And everything's going to be fine, because we're not going to cause trouble with you. Because you're a little bit too tough for me to cause trouble with. That's all flip. Right. Hold still. Hold very, very still.
Ears play tricks on me again.
That's right. Must be your ears playing tricks on you. Why don't both of you head... Well, one of you head in this direction and let me bloody through. Oh, Flippy's still there. Come on. There we go. Oh, this isn't working at all. There's too many of them and they're flipping in the way. Right, we're going to have to go to a plan B here. A very bad plan B, mind. Right. Take the headshot. And hope. Okay, super, yep, critical on him. Back off, back off, back off. Still hidden. Okay, that's got one of them out of the way. Where's the next one? Next one's a basic. Oh, flip, 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 flip. Now, but round the corner, round the corner, round the corner. Invisible. Totally invisible. Where are you? Come on, back into caution, back into caution, back into caution. Right. And another shot quickly. Manual, manual, manual. Okay. Whew. Alright. That's the first pretty much room dealt with. Burning through Stealth Boys too fast here. I'm feeling Vengeance is possibly a better bet than Lincoln's Repeater, to be honest. I'm worried by Lincoln's Repeater. I don't think it's doing enough good work here. Let's go through with Vengeance. And we are safe for the minute. Don't need to go straight into the next Stealth Boy just this second. Oh, flip, we got trouble, we got trouble, we got trouble from a master. Oh, why did that not show up on my compass? That should have shown up on my compass, I feel like. I feel like that should have shown up, but it didn't. Blimey, what were you armed with? Super sledge. Okay, this is the good thing about masters. They have a good chance of being armed with super sledges and not guns. Alright, fine, we're back into the bad territory here. And that means it's time for the next stealth boy. Because, yes, we've got trouble coming up on us. I think I know the next area. The next area is the big crosswalk area, isn't it? Oh, no, we're downstairs from the big crosswalk area. Right. Nothing here yet. Some... Oh, flip, it's dark. It's dark without the flipping light on. Right, just head upstairs, because that's the way we've got to go. Up and around. We can just skip as much as we need to. Gotta head up top, though. Pretty sure there's going to be a patrolling mutant up ahead. Mutant Master. Okay, he's badly hurt, but I'm in caution, not danger. Where is that Master now? Does he know where I am? Back to hidden. That works for me. I might just take the next shot with Vengeance. Yep, okay, he's dead and we are hidden. Good. That door would let me sidestep some of this. However, that is very hard, so not much I can do. I need to get across to the other side, which... Ooh. Flip. They know something's up. They know something's up. How long have I got left on the stealth boy? Not necessarily that long. Are you gonna come? Go, go, no. Stop. Okay. I'm switching over to the next stealth boy. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm switching over to the next stealth boy. Head back the way you came. Oh, flip. Are they both going to... Are they going to be frozen here? No. There might just be space along this one if I go really slowly. I just need to go around the back of this guy. Slowly. Just need to go around the back of you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Where's the super mutants? Close the door. Up we go. Alright, good. Now there should be one probably the other side of this here barricade. Yep, he's a brute. We can just sidestep round him and get to him in a minute. Don't need to worry about him just this second. We can skip all of this. This is all kind of plot stuff and a medical lab to just top up our supplies. Super mutant brute in here can just be killed nice and quick. That's the sensible, safe thing to do. And the other one who's here. Oh, it's a double. Might be safer just to skip. Yeah. Safest thing to do would just be to... Ooh. Uh-oh. 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 Okay.
Oh, well. I was hoping for a fight.
I wasn't. I'm glad you didn't get one. Close the door. Close the door round the corner. And it's up these stairs. I needed to check my Pip-Boy light because I didn't know. And, oh, okay. I think we've made it to the next area. Alright, good. Into the test labs. Going well so far. Alright, now this area I think is actually pretty safe. Oh. Aside from that brute who I've just aggroed, but that's fine. Rather have him out the way under the circumstances. How many are left in the test labs? We've got quite a few. Okay, I think I know where I am now. Yeah, I know where I am with all the terminals and this. Question is how much is stay out of all these rooms. I think there's radiation in some of them. Do I want to activate in the next stealth boy? Not for a centaur, I don't. Okay. And level up, which I don't particularly want. Where's that red? There's a red thing close by here. Is that a super mutant in there? No, is it? Yes, there is a super mutant in there. Right, okay. Dead. Still caution. What else is it? Where else are you? I don't know. Okay. Oh, no, never mind. Apparently I'm far enough away from whatever it is that I'm now fine at level 14. Lovely. Now, level 14, a bit of an odd one. I'd like medicine to be at 60, which I know is a little bit odd. But, yes, that's required. And also, speech needs to start moving up in a positive direction, too. The medicine 60 thing is for a very important reason. And that's because that unlocks cyborgs. So, 10% damage resistance, 10% poison and radiation resistance, and 10 points to energy weapon skills. An amazing little perk there. If only, I mean, if it's pretty powerful just for the 10% damage resistance, quite frankly. But all the other stuff is just icing on the cake. And a little boost to energy weapons is nice as well. Now, the next question is, where is the next thing that was putting me into caution previously? There's nothing in that room. In this room. Something was putting me into caution. What was it? Yes, hello, Forks. I know you're there.
Please,
Yes, I know. I'm fully aware. I'm just not sure whether it's safe to do it right this second. All right, let's do this.
It can't be. Either you are quite real. I am going quite mad.
I do like forks.
Actually be a pure human?
I am indeed. So ask him about the Gek.
I know what it is. I know where it is. And best of all, I know how you can get your hands on it.
And would you help me by any chance?
Because you can help me. Let me out of this place. I can't take it anymore. I can't even recall how long I've been here. Take me with you, and I'll retrieve the Gek for you.
Sounds alright to me, though I do actually have to ask him why I'd have trouble.
The chamber in which the Gek resides is absolutely flooded with radiation. It's unlikely you'd survive very long. Myself, on the other hand, have surprisingly inherited a useful trait from my fellow meta-humans. I am highly resistant to radiation.
Very useful indeed. So, as an extra option, I have to release Forks from his cell. I do like, by the way, of course, the Super Mutants think he's not a proper Super Mutant, something's wrong with him because he's intelligent and not brutish like them, so they leave a little gore bag outside of his window just to kind of, try and see if that maybe kind of brings him out of his manic insane shell a little bit, but it doesn't work. Now, obviously, I can go and do what he just said and kind of hit the fire control. Problem with that is some of these other rooms contain bad things, and I don't really want to release those, so there's a hard terminal here. I can't actually remember whether I can just let him out just using that hard terminal. There we are. Observation is appropriately the password for an observation room. Lovely. So I could unlock the door, but I don't want to do that just yet because I've said all along I consider companions cheating. So I will allow the use of Forks to retrieve the Gek because otherwise I'm just basically screwing myself over. However, I'm not going to. I'm not kind of going to use him to help me kind of clear out the Super Mutants because there's a lot more Super Mutants along here yet. And in fact, this next bit is the hardest bit of all because unlike the other Super Mutant areas where you can basically just sneak past it, these ones are often kind of all clustered a bit, so it's much harder to do like that. It's actually very, very difficult indeed. Back into combat armor. Let's try this, shall we? Now, how many are there? There's quite a few, and they tend to cluster a little bit. Through this next room, there's definitely more than one, so I'm say go Stealth Boy, and then basically we're just going to have to blast our way through Vengeance and sort of hope. Because, yeah, I don't see many other ways of doing this other than basically blasting one, retreating, and then blasting another as they come around the corner and just hoping that does enough. So, Stealth Boy, we're running very low now, but we're going to have to go for it. Okay, where are they? You are a brute, and you are a master. And you're already quite injured, actually. Okay, first room done. Straight on, move as quickly as possible. I'd like to do all of this on one Stealth Boy if I can. Yeah, just grab the ammo. Why not? I might need for Chinese stealth rifle at some point or other. There's going to be plenty more yet. That way is sealed. We'll see why that is in a moment. Well, actually, we never find out why that is, but that's the way that leads to the normal vault door, which is blocked off because it's heavily irradiated. No sneaking past Super Mutants in this section. It's just got to be... And headshot takes care of you. Bits go flying everywhere. Nothing there. Just got to check that I've cleared everything out. That's locked hard, meaning no Super Mutants will be coming through it. I can't remember how many mutants there are in this area, but I remember there are a few. There's you. Then there's a brute. Dead. Anyone else angry? No, this is going pretty well so far. In fact, actually, Vault 87 as a whole has gone much better than I've expected. And we've got something in here. One master. Is it just one master? Should be. Yeah, back to hidden. Mean no one else saw that. Okay. Oh, I'm in the darkness, meaning I can't see what's going on. Open the door. More to do yet, I think. Unless this is the This is the final room with the... Oh, you're just a brute. And hidden, meaning again, no one's seen. This has actually worked out surprisingly well because none of them have stood close enough to each other to trigger any of the others to go hostile. So I haven't ended up in a big scrap. And I think this is actually very conveniently, just as the stealth boy wears off, that should be the lot. Okay. Good. Good. Alright. That's actually Vault 87 done without loss there. I mean, we had to flip him. We've burned 5 stealth boys, and that first one was just a waste. That was me being sloppy, that very first one, where I didn't even run into a single enemy aside from the rad roaches before I got to it. I could have been more careful with that one. I could have actually, you know, got my way to... I could have got there and only activated the first stealth boy after those first 2 super mutants were done talking. They have a long conversation about dipping humans into the goo to make more super mutants. So, yes, it's just a bit of a conversation that they have, just kind of... Well, it's very easy to miss, because it's quite quiet if you don't have general subtitles on, but basically it reveals why super mutants are abducting people. It's because they're making more super mutants, but they've got a bit of a problem, which is the vats of the forced evolutionary virus that they use to make more super mutants are running low, so they've been searching for more vaults, but unfortunately no other vaults in the capital wasteland, even if they were able to find them, actually have vats of forced evolutionary virus, so wouldn't work out too well for them. Now, Forks are going to release him, and I'm going to hope that doesn't release any of the other creatures around the corner. So, unlock the door, and... Oh, it doesn't work! Oh, that's irritating. That's extremely irritating. Because, yes, as you can see here, there's multiple bits of red on the map. You can see what they are ahead of time. So, you know, there's... is that a ghoul in there, or...? There are more. Okay, so there's a centaur in there. So what I can do, however, is I can go back into Lesko's lab coat. Okay, so break your way into these terminals. And then once you've done that, you can terminate the specimen. There we are. And that will just insta-kill anything inside it. I don't know like how the damage is calculated there. But yeah, it just insta-kills literally everything. So obviously using perception, you can check what is or isn't kind of in this space. I'm technically in caution at the moment, but the only things left alive now are in these cells. So we've got another centaur in here. He's going to have the same fate. And again, terminate the specimen. Though actually, now I think about it, I'm wondering if there might be one who's kind of left at the back. Yeah, actually, I suspect there might be some bad guys in this here room, in which case where are they? Oh, come on, the centaurs in here. Oh, we've actually got brutes in here. Right, I'm in. Oh, flip. Now I'm going to be in trouble in a sec. Oh, come on, don't take damage now. Of all the times. Come on. Nice and slow around the corner. Oh. Okay, I thought I saw his gun go up there, but he didn't fire. He did not fire. Okay, I'd flipping forgot there were 2 flipping super mutants guarding this here room at the end. That's a pain. Ooh, yeah, for some reason I just thought there was nothing left. Okay, I was lucky they didn't flip and come around the corner a minute ago. Now, you will notice, of course, there is a human who's locked in here, who's clearly, you know, human and hasn't been turned into a super mutant, who's just awaiting being converted into a super mutant. Unfortunately, he's gone mad, and if you open the door and try and rescue him, he will attack you, so he needs to be killed as well. Very sad. Oh, blimey, I just realised I just did that fight in the flipping lab coat. If they'd shot me, I wouldn't have got any of the damage resistance from my armour. Ouch. Right, lucky there. And sadly, my man, you also need to be terminated. And off he goes in a little kind of whoosh of fire. He is dead. Now, I think that's now everyone. So, yeah, that centaur went down. Nothing in this room. This room is... I've already killed the centaur in there. This guy there is already dead. Alright, that should be everything, meaning I can now just turn on the fire control thing. So, yes, activate medical maintenance terminal. Oh, what does that even do? I'm not even sure. Okay, I could do all of the individual emergency door releases right here. So that's absolutely fine. So actually, you know what? I might just do that. So, explosive bolts deployed. Door has been released. So, okay, so actually, you know what? I didn't even need to do all of that clearing out. I could have just, for a single average lock, have opened up the door of number 5, which I'm pretty sure was the one he was in, right there. So that should have opened up that door. Hello, Forks.
Finally. Freedom! True freedom! I cannot thank you enough for this gift. You have no idea how long I've pictured this moment in my mind, and it feels far better than I'd imagined. Now, for my part of the bargain, follow me.
I have gained karma for doing that. Ooh, but how much karma? Oh no, I'm good karma. How am I going to undo that? And do I need to... I don't need to undo that imminently, but I do need to undo that pretty soon. I need to remember to undo that before, obviously, I go into the end game, because I need neutral for the bonus speech. Right, I don't want to be the ambassador of peace. That's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea, in fact. Oh, gosh darn it. Right. And there's nothing evil I can do here, because none of this is stealing anymore. Oh, flip. Right, okay. So, there's no speech checks in Raven Rock I need to pass, right? No, none that are required. So, don't you worry about that. Obviously, had I let Forks out first... How did you take damage, by the way? Why is he damaged? Is he damaged because when it said, you know, deploying explosives bolts, it meant there was actually a little explosion in his cell from his door that actually hurt him? Well, I'm glad he doesn't hold a grudge. That's bloody fortunate for me. Yeah, I don't know if that caused him a small amount of damage there. Life would have been much easier if I'd have just let him kind of come along and help me destroy everything, because obviously he's got a sledgehammer. He's pretty, you know, he's not the best person in the world at it, but he's pretty good with it. But, yes, there we are. Requires the key, so you can't go that way. That leads back up to the entrance, though we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, he would have been a good decoy. He does a lot of damage himself. In fact, I imagine he'll probably be able to just clear out all the Super Mutants by himself. Unless the game happened to draw an Overlord, and I got lucky not a single Overlord was drawn in this sector, then I'm pretty sure he'd actually be able to clear out this whole area by himself. You could just kind of wait at the back and let him do it. But that strikes me as cheating. Don't like using companions. Don't really like abusing companions at all. So, you know, happier doing it this way. Interestingly, another lock computer. What's this one do? Ah, unlock storage room door. I could actually unlock the storage room door that was back here. There was the hard lock. I could get in there. I can't remember exactly what's in it, but never turned down a free storage room. I think this is a free way of getting a good radiation suit. Yeah, microfusion cells times quite a few. A first aid box for some free stuff I can sell down the line. And a bobby pin is always worth it. There was an advanced radiation suit, but it decided not to show up. So if you do need to go in and do this yourself, then there's an advanced radiation suit you can use there. And a safe just with some money and mentats and pre-war money, alright? So yeah, if you don't rescue Forks, then that's the easy way to do that. Average on the computer unlocks the area where, albeit potentially jumping in and popping in a little bit, you can indeed get yourself a nice advanced radiation suit. Now, where did Forks get himself to? I think we kind of left him slightly getting ahead of us there. Yes, here he is. Caught up to him in the nick of time. Hope he doesn't mind the fact that we've, you know, murdered so many of his... I don't know if he considers them like his fellow compatriots. I think he considers himself different from them. So hopefully he doesn't mind so much. And here he is. Hello, Forks. Can I have a quick chat with you?
Okay. You stay here. Beyond this door, the hallways and chambers are flooded with radiation. I'll get the case and bring it right back. Keep your eyes open. Any of my lesser-minded brethren are bound to stumble across us.
Is that true? I thought we were done. I thought we were pretty damn safe at this point, but just in case, I'm going to close this door, and then if anything tries to come through that door, I will see it. Obviously, we can see him, and you can watch him through the windows, but now he's mentioned that there could be more of his lot showing up. I'm too nervous to do so. But no sign of any trouble yet. Don't worry about that. No one's going to come from that direction. The only way they can come is through this direction. And he's coming back. No sign of any red yet. There he is. I can sort of see the route he's going on in my head. That should be him pretty much back, in fact, in a moment. There he is, and no sign of any trouble. Alright, I think he was just exaggerating, just in case, you know, we missed one of them on the way. I'm not sure how you would. It's not exactly... It's a fairly linear area. Hello, Forks.
As promised, here's the geck. I hope it's worth it. I'm afraid this is where You and I part company. I'll find my way out of this place. Don't worry. Maybe we'll meet again somewhere in the wasteland.
Gek added. Lovely. I've indeed retrieved the Gek. And now he'll just kind of hang out here for a bit. He'll just kind of stay out of the way for a reason that will become obvious very, very soon. Now, obviously, the objective now is to leave the vault, and that strikes me as the sort of thing that if you've never played this game before, you're probably thinking, oh, I'll just edit that out now, and I'll meet you back at the surface. Not exactly. Not exactly, because, yes, as those of you who know this game at all will be aware, something happens during what should be a relatively easy little escape from the vault. Something happens yet, and I don't want to say that yet. I don't want to spoil it in case any of you are enjoying this game for the first time with me, which would be lovely if you were, and I would envy you that you got to experience Fallout 3 afresh. So instead, I'm going to end this part off here, and next week we shall try and leave the vault, but spoiler alert, something is going to go a little bit wrong. And if you need something to keep yourself entertained in the meanwhile, I've actually been playing some real retro classics on the channel this last week that some people have been really, really enjoying. So if you happen to be the sort of person who gets a bit nostalgic for the PS2 and GameCube era games, then maybe these will be worth your while. I've been playing 007 Agent Under Fire, the sort of PS2 GameCube era Bond game, and one of my favourite Bond games of all time. And I've also been playing the remastered version of Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is one of my favourite games of all time. Banjo-Kazooie is wonderful. Banjo-Kazooie is love, and I've been playing that on the channel this week as well. So annotations on screen for both of those right now. But yes, alright, I'm really happy to have done Vault 87 without loss. This was another one of those areas I just kind of penciled in. This is where you take losses, and bloody hell, did we have some close calls. But the power of stealth and Stealth Boys has carried us through, but not for much longer, because I've only got 2 of the bastards left at this point, and this time I don't have another area like Canterbury Common to go and farm more. So yes, running low on Stealth Boys, and we're about to enter another pretty tricky area, for which I've got a very specific plan, Raven Rock, and I will talk you through that next week. And in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the always and still just as wonderful as it ever was Fallout 3. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Just got to weaken the base of this a little bit more. Yes! Yes! Good news, I'm protecting you! Alex Mason, the man who can literally run as fast as a speeding truck. This game is basically just badasses don't look at explosions the game, isn't it? Oh!